was playing as he's done from the season start, impressively. And he was 43 up, remember, in the fourth frame and looking good for 4-0. And then O'Sullivan really would have been under the cosh, but Murphy's begun to make mistakes. O'Sullivan's playing a good deal better. And Murphy now finds himself behind with 3 more to come in this first session. And when they start going in, it spells trouble for O'Sullivan's opponents. Beautifully struck. Playing with extra confidence now. He's on a roll.
Yes, and the ball's in fairly orthodox positions. It's just how O'Sullivan likes them.
5. Twelve. 13.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Little stun run through, played to perfection. There is the red near the cue ball, which is the only downside, but he's got centre ball striking. Somebody's phone or alarm. It sounds like the alarm call that wakes me up in the morning.
Could be Shaun Murphy's alarm bells ringing.
20.
Well, it would take a lot to distract O'Sullivan. He did finish short on that. He had awkward cueing.
21.
Well recovered.
Four. 25. 31. 32.
That's another nice positional shot. The Reds are very inviting, and O'Sullivan has got him into that position. He has had 1 or 2 little ticklish problems on the way in this break. He's not always been plain sailing, as so many immaculate O'Sullivan breaks tend to be. But I think what you are seeing is a good level of concentration now from O'Sullivan. He seems to have warmed to it. We know he should have been beaten by Curran Wilson, who led him 5-1. And at that point, he looked a bit ring rusty, I suppose, having not played any significant match, well, any match, before this week, since he lost in that very surprising World Championship match to an amateur James Cahill. It's always going to take him a while to get back to it, back to work. 44. Is he on one here?
I think there's something about this city, this tournament, that just puts O'Sullivan at ease, so that even when he is struggling in a match and he's up against it, as he was against Wilson, as he was at the start here against Murphy, doesn't panic. But that red this time has stayed out off the far jaw.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether it went. I mean, I really am not sure, because well, he wanted it to go, if you know what I mean, rather than was sure that it did. And he shakes his head because he knows he's given a glimmer to Shaun Murphy, who's got to do something here. I get the feeling this is a very important part of the match for him. A chance that he never thought he'd get in this frame.
Yeah, since he made that break of 43, Murphy, when he was looking good for 4-0, he scored just 45 points. 44 points, in fact, before this contribution. So he's lost his way. He's missed a few that he hasn't been missing.
No, but as you say, this is now a chance. I mean, there are 3 reds that are not straightforward, but I wouldn't put it beyond him to make a few here. The situation really does suggest that now is a time that he gets back into things, gets his game back together.
11.
He's overscrewed slightly there. Must have played a cannon. He's lucky to be on the black, but he played a cannon, I'm sure he did, on the bottom red of the 2 on the cushion. I don't think that the 2 reds close to each other next to the pink, either of those pop to the left corner. If you could just screw up to where he's standing now, looking towards them, he'd be fine. But I think they're a little too close together, those reds. Which means he's got a very difficult shot to come through bulk if he plays it that way, because cue ball and object ball close together make it even tougher.
Yellow ball.
Well, I think interesting, he's playing the yellow here, so he's just running away. Can even pop the black for the points.
Shaun Murphy. 12.
Didn't really achieve much there, did he?
.32 the difference with 67 on. Good safety from O'Sullivan, finding the ball cushion. The momentum in this match has shifted pretty dramatically.
Foul. Ronnie 7-4.
Good billiard shot. Not much use in snooker though.
Yeah, just the long pots aren't quite going in. Some are, but some are staying out. And perfectionist that he is, he would like to improve on that. There were spells actually last season when Sullivan's long game was about the same as it was when he was 16 or 17 coming through. He was knocking them all in.
One.
It's funny, isn't it? When you're beginning to struggle, you don't get quite the kindly kisses that you do when you're flowing.
Exactly. And obviously he can drop in behind the brown, but that feels like he's not going to get much out of that. To cut the brown in And maybe just, again, try and screw onto the 2 reds on the left cushions. Big shot. Oh, he's played it delightfully. Great shot.
Delicate touch from Murphy. That should make him feel better. Be very conscious of the need to stop this winning streak of frames from O'Sullivan. Make sure he's still banging contention at the end of this first session.
Brought that red into play also, so he's making a good break here. He's banging the frame. If he can knock this blue in and get in behind a red. Obviously that left-hand red is another one that's awkward, but it's about the only ball now that is.
11.
Not clean, but it went in.
Well, I don't think he's going to play the cannon the red out. He's a bit low down the cushion for that. I suspect he'll play in behind it. And of course, he's a right-handed player, so it'll require a rest shot. And he's one of the best rest players in the game. Couldn't have played it any better. He's right behind it. He can drop this in.
26.
Means that playing it slowly, there's every chance of the ball going in along the cushion. Slower the better.
Big moments in this final. Murphy closes to within 9 points. The black to come and then the colours. He looks to equalise here, having been 3-0 up.
Yes, yeah, he didn't actually get a very good angle on the black. He wanted to be a bit straighter. Didn't particularly want to go around the table. Now, this is a very acute angle to the middle pocket on this yellow. I don't know if he's considering it, but he did look at the angle. It would hurt O'Sullivan to lose this frame. That's a terrific shot at that speed. He hit it quite firmly and there wasn't much pocket to aim into.
Another good pot and position required.
Nice.
Taking these well, Murphy.
Well, maybe there's another twist then, because it looked for all the world that O'Sullivan was powering away in this session. Looked like it was going to be 5 in a row from 3-0 down, and he's certainly put a stop to that. Very telling little break this. Up to and including the pink.
48.
And that was a big frame.
It really is. This is ice-cool stuff from Murphy. A very timely intervention. He's produced some fine little clearances this week. And that is about as important as any that he's made, because it's got him level again with Ronnie O'Sullivan.